All right, I'm going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. It's something I use every day. It's something that has completely grown my business, grown my husband's business, and really just kept us on track when it came to anything that we're doing. So, to-do list. I love them. I live by them. It's hard for me to picture a life without my to-do list because it's the only thing that keeps me on track. So if you're just joining for the first time, sorry, I am Megan Ewing. I am your go-to person for entrepreneur help, productivity hacks, whatever it is to make your life a little easier as an entrepreneur. I'm your girl. So I wanted to do a video completely on to-do list because the impact I think is super underrated. I will go through my process of what I do with my to-do list and how it keeps me on track, and maybe you guys can incorporate a few of my tips. So I start out my week and it's usually, it depends on the day, but definitely the latest is Sunday night. I make a list of what I need to do for the week. That week is super important because the week is breaking down my bigger goals. So for example, as I am recording this video, I'm doing a few things. So I am working on a new online course. I'm working on batching all of my content creation for the summer. I am working with different clients. I am still running the back end of my husband's photography business, which in this month, just gets a little busier. And oh yeah, I'm raising 3 kids. So I always have a lot going on top of my own personal goals. So my weekly to-do list is basically my Bible. It gets me through. So whatever my bigger goals are, so launching the course. What do I need to do each week to be able to launch the course? Batching my content creation. What do I need to do each week to batch out all my content creation for the summer? So I figure that out and I make it manageable. Like, don't sit here and make a 3-page to-do list for a week and then be defeated at the end of the week because you don't know why you weren't able to accomplish it all. Be reasonable, be realistic, set smart goals, and you will achieve them. So on my weekly to-do list, I'll include if I need to get groceries, all my gym time. So I don't care if it's a scheduled gym class or if it is me going on the treadmill, me going on the elliptical, me doing free weights, whatever it is, I put on that weekly to-do list and I put the times. So my gym time, any meeting times. And then I go into, okay, what are my goals? So with my course, with my online course builds, I do everything myself. So that means, for example, I have to make the slides for the course. I also have to record for the course. I also have to make the bonuses for the course. I also have to set up the course in Teachable. So I'm doing all these things and I have to break them down. So if my goal is to record a module for my course this week, Monday I may prepare the slides if I already have the outline done. So Monday I might prepare the slides. Wednesday I may record the module and then get it uploaded. So breaking out the steps from, okay, here's what I want to get done to the week, and then here's how they break down into the daily task really helps me accomplish a lot more than I would otherwise. The other cool thing is I do it by times. It just helps me. So if you give yourself 2 hours to record a module for your course and it takes an hour, instead of just being like, okay, I can chill, I'm done, whatever, I just move up something from later in the day. So if I had an hour task later in the day, I move it up, knock it out. And now I just gave myself an early day. So now I can stop work early, look at something for tomorrow and get work done faster. So usually for me, I like my whole day off. So if I'm accomplishing things faster than I plan, I try to move it up to where I can eliminate something from a whole entire day. Now the gym's a little different, like I have to go. But anything else, I may get a whole day off because I'm being overly productive or I'm just getting things done faster. The other thing, you're going to learn to do things in a more productive way as you continue to, you're watching my video, you're probably watching other YouTubers. You're going to learn tips and tricks and tools and softwares that are going to make processes easier where they take less time. The goal isn't for them to take less time for you to work more. The goal is for them to take less time so you can work less. You're still accomplishing your goals. It doesn't matter how fast it's doing. So I think we struggle with the typical work schedule where, okay, you got to go and you have to work 8 hours. But if you're working for someone, say you're going into office building, I was in corporate America. How many of those 8 hours are you actually working? How many of those 8 hours are you socializing or distracting yourself or picking up your phone or scrolling? They're all wasted time, but your job says you have to be present for 8 hours. As an entrepreneur, you don't have to be present for any amount of time. You just have to accomplish your goals. If it takes an hour to accomplish a week's worth of goals, you're done. Or you just get ahead on other things. So the to-do list is what has allowed me to stay on track. The to-do list has helped my husband's business. It has helped me be able to manage. We currently in the house have 4 active YouTube channels and only one is mine. But that doesn't mean we don't assist. My 6-year-old, she probably could upload and edit. We do all her editing and uploading. So when you're balancing all these things, I never want to let anybody down. I never want to tell people I don't have the time. So I just figure out how to make it work. And my to-do list gets me through that. So as I talk about to-do lists, I also want to encourage, you have to be flexible. You have to, if you don't accomplish everything off your to-do list this week, it's okay. It's, I think people get wrapped up where it's on, and I used to do the same thing. I used to write down, and then at the end of the week, if I didn't accomplish it all, now I'm feeling defeated. Now I'm feeling like I messed up. Now I'm feeling like, man, maybe I should just go get a job. You don't have to feel defeated. You just move it on to the next week. And so my rule of thumb, if I'm moving something from one week to the next week because I wasn't able to accomplish it, then it's a Monday task. It's a priority task. So that way I'm not moving it on for multiple weeks because let's be honest, stuff comes up. And as a parent, there's been plenty of days where I jam-packed my to-do list for that day. And half hour after the kids get to school, I get a phone call. Hey, so-and-so's not feeling well. Can you please pick them up? Thank you. And now they're home all day. And now they're home. And of course, sometimes they're still sick. Sometimes they're want your company. Sometimes they're not sick. So whatever it is, it kind of messes up the day. So for instance, today, if one of the kids got home sick, this is my recording day. So if a kid is here, it's really going to mess up my recording day. So I would have no choice but to push back my recording day. Whether it was next week, whether it was whatever it was going to be, I just can't do it. Now I might be able to fill in some other tasks and free up some space, but have the flexibility and be forgiving to yourself. We're all learning, we're all growing, we're all getting better each day. So as long as you're putting in the effort, you're going to accomplish something and you're going to move closer to your goals. So I won't keep going on and on about to-do lists, but if you're not using to-do lists, I definitely encourage you to try. Me, I'm a paper person, so I write everything out on paper. I keep saying I'm going to start trying to be more digital, but paper works for me. Reading like actual hardback books or softback books, reading the physical book helps me, but there's so many apps. There's so many things. You can put the task in a Google Calendar. You can use things like ClickUp or Trello and organize everything. That way you're getting alerts. But whatever it is, find the tools that work for you. Set up a to-do list. Figure out something. Even if it's not how I do it with the weekly, do it daily. Like, hey, go to the gym. It feels so good to cross something off my to-do list. And that could be digital or paper. But it feels so good. I have my to-do list. I always have a pen next to my to-do list to just cross it off and look at the end of the week. I look at my list and I'm like, well, okay, you did it. It it gives you that sense of gratitude of seeing all that you accomplish in a week, because as quickly as life moves, sometimes we forget all that we do. So try out a to-do list. If you have an app, or if you have a different routine of how you do your to-do list, drop them in the comments. If you're using ClickUp, Trello, anything like that, and you have some pointers, drop them in the comments. And I will see you guys on the next video.